What's up? This is Metal Nate, and I am here with Scott from And Came Back Brutal. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, not too bad. Just chilling, playing some StarCraft.
Oh, heck yeah. Are you playing the new one, StarCraft 2?
Yep. I'm playing a whole hell of a lot of it and launching a lot of GSL and tournaments and stuff like that, but what I do on my downtime, basically.
Okay. And you guys are in Sacramento, California.
We are.
Are you guys just on like a break before the summer, or how's that going?
Well, right now we just got a new guitarist, and we're thinking about bringing on a third one right now. But we're not taking like a big break or anything. We're basically starting to write here in about a week, and hopefully push out another EP here in about another 2 to 3 months.
And that would be a follow-up.
And then hopefully. Yeah, exactly.
A follow-up to You Worship a Cadaver, which is quite a good EP.
Yeah, exactly. So I know that we'll probably be redoing a couple songs on the EP that we have right now, bringing out a couple new ones, maybe revamping You Worship a Cadaver, and hopefully doing a really good follow-up to that, and just putting out either a full album or just either another EP, depending on how things go. And then hopefully touring at the end of the summer would be great. Okay. Definitely be great.
And what on earth is bearcore? Because that's what you guys are, apparently. And I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, no, that guy actually got started kind of as a joke. We like to play in a lot of different genres, like death metal, deathcore. I mean, we listen to just everything. So when we come to bearcore, we used to put our like paws up in the air and up and down, and we used to say like death metal ends on the downbeat, deathcore ends on the upbeat, and we play a little bit of like brocore music in there. So it has all of them beats all put together, and you're just bouncing up and down. So we just called it bearcore for some reason. It's just kind of stuck since then. Okay. So we have a good time with it.
so do you buy into all these subgenres that are there? You know, like crabcore and such.
You know, I don't necessarily, depending on what it is. I don't buy into crabcore, but just because I don't care for. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if the music is good and the sound is, I'll listen to it. But if it's something that I don't necessarily care for, I mean, it all depends. I mean, from what I've heard, the other cores that I've heard, I mean, the music genre or the music isn't enough changed to be a different kind of genre, whereas the stuff that we're doing right now is totally different, putting like different rhythms, different, just genres in each song and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know, although I do like Attack Attack's new CD, but I mean,
I'm actually kind of fond of it too.
That I've been getting into.
And you recently released You Worship a Cadaver. Was that in 2010?
Uh-huh.
And where does the title for that EP come from?
Well, the title actually came from, I was writing down one day, and I wrote the song probably at the end of '09, and I happen to be a Christian guy, and a lot of my lyrics happen to be about my relationship with God and stuff like that. So the song is called You Worship. Everybody has told me since I've been a kid that, you happen to worship something that's been dead and long ago, and and you just basically worship something that's just gone and a cadaver in all sense. But the song You Worship a Cadaver is from the point of view from both outside of my religious views and also inside my religious views. So it has two different standpoints. So by the end of the song, I tell people, or people who I think that worship themselves happen to worship a cadaver, because in the end of your life, what do you have to look forward to when all you've done is just like worshiping yourself almost? Because you're going to be dead and gone one day, and if you're just looking at yourself and your own self-interest for life and not caring about the stuff around you, ultimately you're worshiping a cadaver yourself.
Okay.
But that's kind of where it came from. It also has a lot of different meanings. But quite honestly, the songs that I write and stuff like that, I always try to write it towards what would you like to take it as? How do you view it? What does this make you think of? I always try to write for as a whole, not just my own self, because it's always about the listener and who really, what they take from it, you know.
Okay. And where do you guys draw influences from then? Because you have so many different sounds going into one.
Oh, where do we get our influences from?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. We listen to everything, honestly. A lot of the beats that we get are from our drummer, and he listens to a lot of rap. So we get a lot of hypey beats from that. I mean, even myself, the rhythms that I use are primarily from gangster rap, because that's what I like to listen to sometimes. But I mean, we get a lot of our influences from a lot of different bands, and just throughout, you know, our whole life of listening to music. It's kind of like whatever we're feeling at the moment, and then we try to just throw it all into one, rather than just trying to get one influence from over here and one influence from over there. Usually, like, when we try to just, like, listen to a CD or a new band that's out and stuff like that, we generally start to write like them. So we try to make sure we're listening to a bunch of different things all at the same time. That way it's just a whole, like, mishmash of what we want to make into a song. But as far as of late, as far as influences go, I've been listening to a lot of Disfigured Elegance lately, which is a pretty good band. Yeah, I haven't heard about them until about a couple of weeks ago, and I was just doing some research, and I found them. They're really good. Amir's new CD. Oh, it's death metal. Oh, okay. It's death metal and deathcore, yeah. But they're really, really good, actually. Disfigured Elegance. We just listen to a lot of them. But that, Amir's new CD, we've been listening to kind of off and on. And we're actually kind of getting psyched for Chelsea Grin's new CD to come out. I'm really interested, because they've come a really long way from where they were originally.
Did you hear the new song they put out?
I have, actually. I've heard about half of it. I didn't get a whole chance to listen to it. I caught it this morning. It's actually pretty good. It's definitely different. Definitely different, which is always exciting.
Have you heard the new Born of Osiris album? That one's pretty killer.
No, I have not. I didn't even know they came out with a new album.
Oh my God.
I have to go check that out.
It's gonna knock your socks off. Like, it's probably the best album I've listened to, like, the last few years. Like,
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love them. It's such a love-hate relationship. I find a lot of things that I hate, I end up loving later. Born of Osiris being one of them. One of my favorite bands, Acacia Strain. I've hated almost every album that they've come out. I've hated it, and then I end up loving it later. So weird. I listen to them when, like, I'm angry or I need to write. Because generally when I write and stuff like that, I try to get poetical, I guess, or try to get pumped for it. And I don't try to write towards, I mean, like, if I'm trying to write poetical and stuff like that, I don't want to listen to something that I'm, like, really getting into, you know? So I like to listen to that kind of, like, hypey kind of music. I mean, like, Acacia Strain, I'll turn it on and get angry, and I'll start writing my stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. But yeah, for sure, yeah. No, I know their lyrics are really just, like, in your face, and I hate you and die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, my.
And how has the band been doing so far, like, success-wise? Like, have you been able to quit your day jobs, or?
Oh, my God. Oh, I wish. That'd be awesome. No,
well, it sounds like you're playing StarCraft right now. So.
Really well. Yeah, we've been doing really well. We've had a lot of success and help from Artery, the Artery Foundation, and Eric Rushing. He's done really well for us. So he just put up a new venue here at Ace of Spades here in Sacramento, and it's just blowing up. And he's helped us out a lot. We've literally, in the last 3 weeks to a month, have gone from 300 likes to 1,000 likes on our Facebook. So we're literally right now just starting to blow up. So that's why I said, like, we're going to be writing here in the next week. So we're really trying to take it seriously now.
Yeah, I'm glad we got you guys before you were big.
Good.
Yeah. That way we can claim we got you back when you were relatively unknown.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've been through so many bands too. I mean, that's also why our name is actually And Came Back Brutal, because a lot of people think it's either ridiculous or arrogant and stupid. And we're like, well, we've been in so many different bands. We've come from so many different parts of life. We all have our own story, and we've been through, frankly, just so much just that we've just piled through it and said, you know what, we're going to come back brutal, and that's kind of where we got it from. So this cracks me up when people go, oh, that's a dumb name. And I'm like, well, it means something to everybody. I mean,
it's not a dumb name, it's a metal name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we figured take that name over, oh, this tree is rotten or something. I don't know.
Cliche, like.
Disfigured tree of blood sand. Oh, man.
And how far do you guys want to take this?
All the way. We made it a goal last year last year we're like, no, we want to be the Mac Dre of rap. We want to go out. We want to go out. We want to be on Oprah. We want to be on Tyra. We want to be the metal band that gets everywhere, that goes on MTV, that gets on Cribs, and totally brings the genre out to, not necessarily commercialize it, but to get people to see. Because, there's so many different, kids that listen to this these days, and, they're almost lost. Because, what do they have to go to? They're like, oh, look at that metalhead over there, it's so dumb. But, we definitely want to go big. And not just big, but, be a part of just the media and show people what metal is all about.
And I guess last question then, as far as Artery goes, I've dealt with their label. They're really good with their label as well as with their bands that they just manage. Are you going to get picked up by them? I know you can't really comment on that sort of thing, but like.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I can't say if we are or not, honestly, because I don't know. We've just been really good friends with Eric Rushing in the past, and he's helped us out a lot. We've had we're at a point right now where we've thought about other management opportunities. We've been hit up by different record labels, and it's starting to pile on now, and it's getting serious, which is great. But right now, what we're trying to concentrate on is just getting our, in the ground right now, our roots all on the ground, just so we can actually think about doing that later on, just because not just the money aspect of it, but we want to do it right.
Well, thank you for speaking to us today, and good luck with your rehearsal with the third guitarist, hopefully, and
yeah, hopefully.